My friend, listen. Mistakes were made, okay? Mistakes were made in your life, in my life. Mistakes were made, my friend, but you kept it going. You kept going. Mistakes were made, my friend. Don't beat yourself up. Don't hate yourself. Don't hurt yourself. Don't bring harm to yourself, my friend. Mistakes were made. I want you to know, my friend, that things happen. Things happen for a reason. We do and say things for a reason. Okay? But it is how we get back up from it. It is how we keep on moving from it. We were not meant to stay sitting and stuck in that same place. We were created to glow and grow. You are just like that beautiful flower. You are just like that beautiful flower that may be struggling in life, that may be trying to find balance, that may be trying to find a reason, a connection, a reason for your being here in this world. But I'm going to tell you, my friend, some mistakes were made. Things happened. People left your life. You left people's life, okay? Mistakes were made, but you kept going. You see, my friend, I'm here to tell you today, my friend, that you have overcame so many obstacles. You have overcame so many trials and tribulations. You have overcame so many attacks, so many traps, so many snares, so many plots, so many schemes, my friend. You have overcame them all. And even though you may not see it or realize it, my friend, you're still here. You're still breathing. But I'm going to tell you, my friend, it's something that I learned yesterday as I was watching this video. It made me realize something. If you didn't know what you know now, my friend, you wouldn't be in the very position that you are in, you see. If you didn't go through the lies, meaning, if you didn't find out about the lies that were told, if you didn't find out about the people who may have been cheating on you or trying to set you up, if you didn't go through none of the lies, if you didn't go through any of the pain, if you didn't go through any of the hurt, the guilt, or the shame, if you didn't go through any of that, my friend, you wouldn't really know anything. You would still be sitting in those same places with those same people, not even realizing that you are surrounded around a bunch of wolves in sheep clothing. But see, it took the cheating, it took the lying, it took all of these things. See, it took a lot of mistakes that people made in order for the truth to come out. And my friend, I'm sorry. I know that it may hurt. I know that life is not easy. We all go through the betrayal. We know what it feels like to be stabbed in our back, my friend. But you see, some mistakes were made. Some things had to come to the surface. Some things had to be brought to the light, you see. Because if you didn't know what you know now, you would still be there. Sometimes, my friend, the only way God can get through to you is through the lies, through the hate. The only way God can get through to you, my friend, is through the betrayal. through people manipulating you. Because see, if it wasn't for those same people manipulating you, God wouldn't have been able to come through. When you felt so alone, when you were sitting in your room crying, breaking down on the floor, when you were crying in your bed and you cried yourself to sleep, when you were sitting in your car bursting out in tears, when you cried, when you hugged that person, when you hugged them so tight, you cried on their shoulders like a baby. When you poured your heart out to God and you cried, God heard you. And see, I'm sorry it had to take all of that. But in order for God to really find you, you see, God has to break you and take you and put you back together again. Mistakes were made. Some people lied. Maybe you've lied. I've lied. We've all had our fair and share of lying and doing things wrong just to protect and guard ourselves, you see. Some mistakes were made. But you see, God had to come through in that way in order to get you to fully surrender. To fully surrender. Because if you didn't go through that, you wouldn't know God. You wouldn't know God if you didn't go through that. My friend, look, we are not perfect. Can't nobody on earth ever say they ain't never lied. Okay? Because we've all lied. We've all did and said some things to protect and guard ourselves. Okay? And I'm here to tell you, my friend, you may have had to protect yourself in certain situations, and that is understandable. But some people do lie and scheme out here, okay? You see, my friend, there was a story in the book of Genesis, and I was reading in the King James Version about Isaac and Jacob, okay? Abraham was the father of Isaac, okay? And Isaac was the father of Jacob, okay? And Isaac and Jacob didn't really get along like that, you know. It didn't really get along. And you see, his own son, Isaac's own son, Jacob, deceived his grandfather, which is Abraham, by lying, by manipulating the situation. You see, and that's what the enemy will do. He will try to manipulate and lie and scheme out here, you see. And Abraham was practically almost blind. Abraham, which is Isaac's father, could not hardly see. And Jacob came to his grandfather, which is Abraham. And Abraham thought that Jacob was Isaac. And Abraham ended up telling some things to Jacob about what the Lord was going to do in his life and all of that. So Jacob was like, you know what? He took it and he ran with it. Okay? But see, in the process, you see, Isaac was already blessed to begin with. Isaac was already in the position he needed to be in to get the Lord's blessings, you see. Jacob was the one, which was the son that ran around plotting and scheming and deceiving people and lying his way to the top. And you see, God still came through to Jacob. Jacob was the one who was wrestling with God, who wrestled with man and God. Jacob literally wrestled. What does wrestle sound like? Fighting. Jacob literally fought with God back and forth, over and over and over, not even realizing that he was fighting God. And you see, sometimes in our life, we may not be realizing that we are wrestling with God or fighting God based off the things we say, do, and speak. You see, my friend, God still came through to Jacob, even though Jacob was living his life not right. God still found a way. You see, my friend, God still found a way through Jacob. And I am not saying that God condones that, because God don't play about people out here lying and scheming and deceiving people. That is not the case. But that should get you to understand that, my friend, look, it took some mistakes in your life. And that's why I'm making this video. It took some mistakes. It took some things you had to do and you had to say in your life to get you to where you are now. Now, am I telling you that you need to continue to keep living your life that way? No, ma'am, no, sir. God chastises those he loves. Why do you think God stayed on Jacob? Even though Jacob was wrestling God, God was trying to put Jacob in his place and let him know, hey, you can't be out here doing this. My son, I love you. Get it right. Surrender. And you see, I'm not saying that God is condoning that type of behavior, because the good Lord is not. You see, God will give us so many chances until he say, look, time is up. But that just should go to show you as a child of God that, look, it took some mistakes. It took some lies. It took some deceiving people or whatever you did to get to where you are. Look, you had to go through that. You had to do those things in order for you to find where God is now. You see, a lot of people won't understand or get this message, but I'm telling you, God finds you in your most darkest times. God finds you in your most sinfulest time. God finds you in your most nasty and shameful and disgusting times. God finds you when you are dirty and filthy and stinky. God finds you. Some may laugh, but it is the truth. God will find you in them times when you just like, you know what, you had enough. God will find you in those very moments. And I'm here to tell you, my friend, I pray that this message blesses you today, because I'm here to tell you it took some mistakes. Some mistakes were made. It was some things you said. It was some things that these people out here said and did to you that made you feel that type of way, that caused you to act a certain way. But it had to be done in order for God to find you, my friend. I love you. And whatever you're doing, my friend, don't give up and don't look back. You've came so far. You've made it so far. Don't go back to what seems so familiar, to what feels so familiar. You've overcome those things. You've overcome those things, and you are no longer who you used to be. All right? Keep going. I love you.